In this video, let's unbox and install the new Lutron wire-free Palladiom blind, and let's operate it from a Lutron Pico Remote control. Simple and beautiful. So, without any further ado, let's do it. I've recently been invited by Habitech here in the UK to install a Lutron wire-free Palladiom blind in one of their meeting rooms. Habitech is one of the UK top AV distributors. They specialize in advanced audio and video, Lutron lighting, control, and high-speed network design. So, if you're also an AV integrator and need a distributor to support your projects, make sure to give them a shout and go to visit their fantastic demo facility here in Basingstoke in Hampshire. Contact details in the comment section below. Okay, so the idea here is to install the new Lutron wire-free Palladiom roller blind on that window here. That roller has been specified as an inside ceiling mounted blind, as it will sit between the walls on each side and will be fixed to the ceiling. And here it is. The blinds arrive in its very protective box. The roller is nicely wrapped within a craft and a plastic sheet. In the box, we will also find a set of brackets specific to this blind. Okay, let's unbox everything. The blind is very easy to unwrap. Do not use a knife or a sharp tool here, as it may damage the fabric. Also, keep the blind rolled up until the very last moment when you're completely done with your installation. On one end of the blind, and in our specific case here, is the right-hand side, we will find the operator end identified by the battery door here. Here is the right bracket kit for that operator end. The first thing we will find in there is the sub-bracket, also known as the ceiling slide ring operator bracket. As at the back of it, you will find a sliding mechanism that will allow us to access the programming button or the batteries, as we will see next, and the retention clip here to help secure the slide ring onto the blind. Then we will have the right operator bracket for ceiling mount, which will be fixed onto the ceiling. Between the sliding tracks here, we will find the slide ring release to use to completely remove the blind from that bracket. And of course, a few fixing holes. Then we will have the bracket foot cover in the same finish, which is satin graphite. Very nice. As well as a shim to use if further adjustments are required, but we won't need it in this example. The bracket kit also includes a set of mounting screws, but in our example here, we will use different ones that will fit better our type of ceiling. Then, on the left of our blind, we will find the idle end. For this side, we will use this kit here, which includes the bracket, which will receive the idle end of the blind in here, as well as a set of fixing holes. This bracket feels very solid and will securely hold the blind in place. Again, a bracket foot cover to slide on the bracket at the end of the installation, a shim, and the same set of screws. And most importantly, we have a set of installation instructions. Okay, cool. Now, let's mount the slide ring onto the blind. Before I start anything, number one, I need to locate the retention clip here behind that sliding bit. And number 2, I need to locate the ribbon cable here on the blind attached to the battery door. This will help me to find the correct orientation of the slide ring, as the clip must always be at the opposite side of the ribbon. Okay, now, using a Phillips screwdriver, I remove the clip. Once done, I fit the slide ring so the retention clip is always opposite to the ribbon cable. That's it. And now, I just need to reinstall the clip, making sure that little bit here is facing towards the blind, inside. Et voilà. And if for any reason you'd like to remove the slide ring, just use a flat screwdriver and gently press on the release tab between the clip and the door, as I'm doing here. And while I'm at it, check this out. If I remove the battery door here, I can go in and pull out the battery sleeve. There we go. I'll install the battery now, but this operation can also be done once the blind is installed, like to replace the batteries, for example. And if you don't have enough clearance at your window location to remove the sleeve, you can cut those bits here between each battery so you can bend the sleeve easily, as it is very flexible. Great. Now, I load the sleeve with new 1.5 volt alkaline batteries type D, following the instructions on the sleeve. And then push it back inside the blind. Then I close the battery door firmly by sliding it back towards the ribbon. And at this point, you will see the LED on the side of the blind flashing a multicolor sequence to indicate the blind is now powered. Very good. We're done here. And if you enjoyed the video so far, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and smash that subscribe button and share it with your friends and colleagues and family. This will help the channel to continue making those kind of tutorials. Merci beaucoup. Now, the next step is to install the brackets at the window location. To help me in this process, I checked on the box it came with the width of the blind here. At the time of this video, the width is shown in imperial, but it will soon be in metric. I can also find the width on the side of the box, which is very useful if I have multiple blinds on my project and the boxes are all piled up together. Here, the width is 99 inches or 2.51 meter, which defines the total width from one edge of the bracket to the other. And in our case here, it matches exactly the width available on our window, so the blind would fit perfectly. Now, to find out how deep I need to install the brackets, first I need to double check the diameter of the roll. Here we have 76 mm. So to find the correct depth for the axis of my Palladium blind, I divide 76 by 2, so 38, to which I need to add between 10 to 16 mm max for clearance at the back of my blind. So let's just say 50 mm altogether. Now, I'm gonna set my special tool here to 50 mm, and I'm going to report those 50 mm to the ceiling on the left of my window to define the axis of my bracket. And I also do the same thing on the right side of my window. Next, I take my right operator bracket, align it with the mark I've just done, and then mark the holes for my screws. And of course, I'll do the same thing back on the left of my window for the idler bracket. I will now drill and install my anchors. You will have to use the correct set of screws based on your type of installation and the nature of your ceiling. And before I fully secure my operator bracket, I'm gonna quickly install my blind, starting from the idler side and then the operator side, sliding the ring sub bracket into the operator bracket. Just to make sure all's good with the width between my brackets. Okay, looking good. Now that I'm happy with it, I remove it by first pulling this side away from the bracket and then by pushing on the slide ring release here. Now I finish securing my bracket and pull my Palladium blind back in. Next, I'll fit my bracket foot cover on the right and then on the left of my blind. And now I remove all the remaining packaging to completely unwrap my blind. Blind fitting complete. Now let's assign our Pico control to operate the blind. To simply operate this beautiful wire-free Palladium blind, I'll use this simple Lutron Pico Remote here. The top button will be used to open the blind, the bottom button to close it. Then I'll have those two buttons here to raise and lower, and this small round button here in the middle to bring the blind to a favorite position. Okay, great. To tell the blind to listen to this Pico, I first need to assign it to the blind. To do so, I need to slide the blind out to access the shade button and press on it as you can see me doing through the glass. The shade LED will light steady green. At this point, I'll press and hold the close button on the Pico for 10 seconds. The Pico LED will then both flash rapidly, then turn off, confirming assignment is complete. Good. Now, to check the blind is now listening to the Pico, when I press the close button, the blind starts closing. Very good. And I can press the same button again to stop it. Then I press open, the blind goes up, and I can also lower and raise the blind. Cool. Very simple. But we're not entirely done yet. Sometimes, right off the box, when you close the blind for the very first time, it may go a bit further down. That's what's needed, as you can see here. So, let's adjust the close limit. To do so, tap the shade button. Check LED steady green. Then, press and hold the open and raise button on the Pico for 10 seconds. LED flash rapidly, then turn steady green. At that point, I can use the raise and lower button to adjust the blind to my desired close limit. Then I'll press and hold the close button for 10 seconds. The shade button LED and the LED on the Pico will both flash rapidly, then turn off to confirm the limit is set. Now I'll slide the shade fully back into the bracket, raise the blind a little bit, and test my new close limit. Nice. And if needed, I can also adjust my open limit. Same thing. Press the shade button, press and hold the open and raise button on my Pico for 10 seconds. Once LED turns steady, I use the raise and lower button to adjust my open limit. Then this time, press the open button for 10 seconds, LED flash quickly, then off. Slide the black back in and test. Very good. Very good. The middle button will position the blind out of the box at 50%. But I can change that anytime by simply positioning the blind at my preferred position, like I'm doing here, by raising it a little bit, let's say about here. Then press and hold the middle button until the LED flash quickly. Now, to test my new favorite position, press on the close button to lower the blinds a bit. And then press the middle button. The blind is now stopping at that new favorite position. Great! And now, to complete my installation, I've stuck a Pico faceplate to the glass wall next to my window. Those two rails here will fit the back of my Pico. And I just need to slide it in, snap the front cover, and that's it. Job done. No wiring, very simple operation. Beautiful blind.
Voila, there you have it. How to install the new wire-free Lutron Palladiom roller blind and how to simply operate it from a Lutron Pico Remote control. I hope you found this video useful, and if there is a specific Lutron product or feature you would like me to present in the future, please let me know in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to the Adelux YouTube channel so you can be updated when the next video is released. Thank you very much. Good luck and talk to you again on the next tutorial.